Well, kind of taking a little bit of survey today. Trying to get an idea how many more rocks I'm going to need. I need one more pallet, I think, worth. I need four more square foot because I've got to go. This is going to be the back side, the backboard of the waterfall. The waterfall is going to end right in here on a diagonal and start going that way. So I've got to have enough to line that canoe shape down inside there underneath the tank here and spill out right about there into that tank. Now that tank right here is a 12-footer. That's going to be elevated up about 8 inches, I think, maybe a little more, maybe 10. And then it's going to spill over into an overlap on that tank. And then that's going to be it, because I thought about putting 3 in, but if I do that, I'm going to lose all this square footage in here. Plus my bridge has got to go right in here. It's got to line up with the passageway. It's going to be a little, I forget what they call it. It's like a little roof, little shelter. That's going to come right up with a little pathway, stepping stones to the bridge, and then stepping stones over here to where the walkway terminates and splits off. There'll be a little walkway going over there, and then this one will go into the stairs starting there going up to that open space. So I got to do that, and then I've got to dig a trench in this flower bed right here, because there's got to be a flat drain that goes diagonally over there, and then a branch coming off going over there to catch the rainwater and stuff coming from downhill so I don't get any washout. And then off of this tank here is going to be a drain that'll go down there, so I've got to dig that down to the same elevation as what I'm at right there. And then there's going to be another shallow surface drain that'll sit on top of the soil here. It'll go right on down there. And then all my elevation for my stone dust will come up to the top, or pretty close to the top of the flat drain. And then once that gets all set, that'll get all powdered down with Portland cement. And then it'll get misted with water and stuff to kind of solidify it after it's all screeded and perfectly flat and tamped down, which is going to be a lot of work. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I got to try, because nobody's going to help me. So I got my pretty little stone here. It's my setting stone. I wanted at least one setting stone, so this is just sitting here temporary. I'm trying to see how far it's going to pack itself down, and I already see cracks right there. And of course, it hasn't rained. Got some more rain coming next week, probably Tuesday, I think. 2-3 days, rain off and on, just little mild cumulative amounts. But I'm going to end up turning this stone around so the seat faces the waterfall. So you'll be able to at least sit and watch that. And then all this is plant beds. And I've got to get a little small tiller, because I tried to use my big Troy-Bilt tiller and it is too heavy. I turned it over on its side and almost broke my leg trying to run that. So that's not going to work. So I need to get one of those little small 2-stroke small garden tillers. I'll probably just get one from Harbor Freight or something like that, because it'll be like a one-hit wonder. It'll just be used for this, and then hopefully my neighbor's going to come and dig these tanks out for me, and then do the drain right here. And then I've got a couple of little things. I got a couple stumps I got to try and get up and get rid of them, because they don't look very pretty. And then over there is going to be a drain tile. It's got to be put in from the sump, so I can finish that up over there and get the root cellar going this winter. I didn't want to mess with it during the summertime, but I'm going to go ahead and finish that up so I can rebuild that door over there and reinstall that on there for the winter to keep the cold air off of the pipes in the basement, because it's starting to get cool. Well, I had a 52-degree night here night before last, so It's just a matter of time. We'll get one of those Freakinites and everything will drop down. But I do think I need one more pallet, about four square foot of stones and stuff, just irregulars, mix and match. And I got a pretty good selection over there with different colors and all. I got most all those from my son-in-law Corey, which I'm grateful for. He's been very good to me and helping me get all this stuff and saving me a ton of money. I could never afford to do this without him helping me, but hopefully it'll all work out, and him and my daughter will benefit from it someday to raise the value of the property up and make it nice. And today I decided to go ahead and clean off most of this fence pickets that I had on the porch here so I can get ready to clear the porch. I'm going to pressure wash it here real soon and clean it up so it's pretty for the winter, and then we'll stop doing work on it and start working out there on the workbench. I'm going to try and get me a temporary tent shelter if I can, or make me one to go over top of that workbench and make me a work area out there so I can just leave my stuff set up. But I went ahead and installed these and got this many fence pickets started. So that's a week's worth of work right there just for those, because they had to be box cut on the bottom, and then they had to be dipped in hot tar, and then I had to pre-drill them and all. And then the tops still need to be filled with borax and boron, and then they'll be screwed to the backer board right here, the 1x4, and then they'll get painted. There's a special paint for painting bamboo that I found online. $48 for a gallon, and it's sprayable, thankfully. So I can spray that, and then when I'm done, I'll trim the tops and get them nice and flat with a level line. I got my laser. I still got that, and I'll cut everything to the laser line. And then I've got the great big 4-inch bamboo that I can get, and I'm going to cut a slot in the bottom of it and then drop it down over top of the tops of all of those individual pickets, and then set it down and glue it and screw it, and that'll help be a rain cap and shed the water. And then I'll put a final coat of the paint on top of that. And I still have to take the torii down. The torii gate's got to come down and be reworked, I should say, if I can get my tongue wrapped around my words. And I was going to let it go with the square 4x4 posts, but the proper traditional style of that thing shows round posts. So I'm not going to change those posts. I got the money invested in them, and they're like $50 for two of them, a little over $50. But what I'm going to do is get some PVC pipe. I found some salvaged PVC pipe that I can sand up and clean and get it where I can paint it with the plastic paint that they have available now. And I'm going to slip those pieces of pipe down over top of the post to make them round. And then I can take and cut slots for the crossbar. And that crossbar is going to have to be raised up anyways. It's way too low. And then the top piece, I'm going to have to fabricate that probably out of some pressure treated 2x8s or 2x10s. I haven't figured out yet the scale. I've got to do that, because the 4x6 that I bought, pressure treated, it was too tough. I couldn't bend it. I tried to set it up on blocks and soak it down good and wet, and then put some weight on it, and even put the blade of this tractor on top of it, trying to get the weight of that to do it, and that wouldn't bend them. So the trouble is you can't get them anymore soaking wet like you used to. They let them sit in the back of the supply places and let them dry out before they put them out on the shelf to sell. And by then it's too late to get them rehydrated so they'll bend. And I don't have a steam box, and I really don't want to build another steam box because it's a lot of money for the material. So I'm just not going to get into that. I'm just going to improvise and do the best I can, just like I do with everything else. But that's pretty much the end of my work week for now. My back is hurting me pretty bad from bending all over and doing all this stuff here. I had to put all of these up too, all the backer boards. I finished those up, and then had to bend over and cut all the posts off with my Sawzall. I got those done. I've got to load one more piece of wood in the back of my truck. I'm going to take that 4x6 back to Home Depot and get my $54 back so I can have that to eat on for the rest of the month. So, happy birthday to me. Dave, another work day as usual. But I hope you all having a good Friday the 13th, and don't be scared. It's just another day. And just thank the Lord that he blessed you with another day of life, because just like I did every morning when I get up. That, and I thank him for that little white pile of mess there, that little Q-tip with legs. That's my bestest buddy. He's my bestie. We had breakfast this morning. We went and had biscuits and gravy. And we had a chicken biscuit with cheese on it. And we shared that. And we got a bellyache because it's all bad stuff. But we enjoyed it. And that's just the way it goes. So, hope you all have a good weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye.